Well, we ran into a problem here. We were using the loader to push in some posts for our fence, and I went to start it the other day, and all it was doing was click, click, click. So I got aggravated, went and grabbed another battery. Battery didn't fix it. Checked the voltage and all that, and come to find out, it appears that the starter's bad. So we're going to have to remove the starter on the 935 cat loader today and either get it rebuilt or try to find a new one. We're in the process of doing that, so I'll kind of walk you guys through what we're doing. So attempting to get the starter off, I had to drop this belly pan, which is full of gray clay and stuff from where I got the loader stuck in the pond. So it was just 4 bolts on this side and 4 on this side, and the thing dropped down, and it's about 200 pounds full of stuff in it. So I'm going to pull this out, and I got 2 bolts to get to underneath here for the starter. So here's the skid plate I had to take out. There's the bolt holes. This thing's full of stuff, and it's heavy. And that's all that came out of it right there. So we'll get this out of our way and we'll clean it up before we put it back on. So this is the same track loader you guys seen on our previous videos that we've done some land clearing with. I dug out a pond up there and got stuck in there. I don't know if we made a video on that or not. I was probably so aggravated that I didn't feel like recording it. In that circumstance, I had to take the tractor and dig this thing out, and it was not a pleasant day. And you can show from the plate that I had to drop here all the clay mud and stuff that was in there that from where it got stuck. But anyhow, we're going to work on getting this starter off this, and we'll walk you through the steps here. So the first thing we have to remove is the side shield here. So it slides down there behind the loader arms. Already got that removed. So the position that the arms are in is not worst case scenario, but it's not the best either. I mean, if we had the bucket lifted all the way up, that would be best, but it's not the circumstance this time. So I got the top bolt out already, and kind of show you where the starter is. The starter's down in here, and the back bolt is way back in there. And I don't know if we can get a better angle to get you in there to see what we're talking about, but there's the one I removed, so you can see. And I think there's 2 more on the bottom. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to find out. So to get to the bottom bolts, I'm going to try to use this snap-on swivel socket and this ratchet here, and the flashlight, of course, because it's dark down there. I can't see nothing. So I'm going to lay underneath the loader here and see how many bolts we got left. Okay, so it does appear we got 2 bolts. And I'm very unsure how to get to that one. It does appear that we have 2 bolts left. There's one here at the very bottom, and there's one up there at 3 o'clock. And I'm very unsure how to get to that one at 3 o'clock. It is right against the body of the loader here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so I got to take the whole all the skid plates underneath this thing out. I cannot reach the bolts with a swivel socket, so it has to be taken out. And I'm sure this thing's full of mud too. That's just an inspection cover there. I'm just afraid this thing's real heavy, and I'm gonna have to lay underneath of it. Just have a bunch of dirt around these holes. I need to be able to get the bolts out. Just a couple more bolts and we should have it. You can see it already lowering. Don't want to be under this thing when it falls. One more bolt and I should have it. Take it out from the top. Taking out the last bolt from down here. This thing's full of mud too, so I just don't want to lay underneath of it. Probably 400 pounds. Something holding it, so I'm going to have to kick it. I'm going to turn around and give it a swift kick. There she is. Yeah, I'm going to try to winch that skid plate out underneath the bottom. Crawl underneath here in the mud and grab it. Not much clearance. Let's see if I can pull it first.
Well, it sounded like it got hung up on something. So we was able to get the backside skid plate pulled out. As you can tell, it's got 4 inches of mud and stuff in it. So this is definitely going to be cleaned out before we put it back up in there. And I wish I would have checked it sooner, but not every day you want to climb underneath of a loader and take skid plates down, but it should be done a little more periodically. So I'm going to flip this thing over and dump it. And before we put it back on, I'll probably just pressure wash it all off and maybe coat it in some diesel fuel or something to keep it from rusting. Let's flip it over. It's a lot lighter now. So I noticed I've been using a little bit of transmission fluid, and this is where it's been going. So while I got this skid plate down, I'm gonna go ahead and look up in there and investigate what's going on. You can tell from all the oil and stuff that's on the plate. it's just a line or something that's easy to fix and nothing like a big seal or anything. And this plate's a little bowed up, so I'm gonna flatten it out a little bit. Got it broke free. One of them. Good time for some safety glasses. Stuff dropping in your eyes ain't no fun. Okay. Ain't the proper tool, but that's all I had right now. Okay, let's see if I can wrestle this thing out of here. There she is. I'm back here over at the loader. We had an issue with getting the starter rebuilt. I went to a couple local shops and unfortunately they said the parts weren't available, so I just can't get that one rebuilt. I found one here on Amazon and we went ahead and bought that. But there's a few little differences I wanted to show you real quick. I just went ahead and mounted it. I got one bolt in there. The studs back here where you put the positive wires, and this one has a ground on it stud. The eyelets are smaller on the other starter, so I'm going to have to drill those out to make bigger to be able to slide them over top of the stud. Starter's a little bit different. It's about 40 pounds lighter. I'm going to go ahead and have to make a ground cable for here. I'm just going to mount it probably over here to the block. The other starter did not have a ground cable. It's got another ground in the back there that grounds to the body. But I'll just make a ground for the starter directly to the block is the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and make that wire now. So here's the step bit I'm using on the drill. And I got this out, this eyelet out. I'm going to have to drill this out bigger. Got the wire already trimmed here, ready to go on each end for the ground wire. Go ahead and drill this out now. Forgot to bring some pliers over here, so I'm trying to make these fencing pliers work. Let's try that out, see if it works or not. Almost. Okay, so I had to go get some vice grips to hold these things, but I got them all drilled out the best I can. Just don't have no file or anything to file them down, but let's go ahead and we'll make our new ground cable. Attempt to use this hydraulic ram to crunch them down. Find the right size here. There's a 1/0. These are 2/0 fittings. So let's go 2. There's a 2-aught gauge. So you put one up in the top, like so. You put the other one down at the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to turn the hydraulics on, so it's on and off. Go ahead and tighten it up just a fuss to hold our fitting. Okay, there's that. And we'll just stick our wire inside there. And we'll just crimp it down. Wish I had a little smaller diameter or larger diameter wire, but that's what we got. You'll feel it kind of catch the wire there. Go ahead and back that off. And we'll try another bite here. That wire so small, I think I'm gonna go down to a 1/0. Well, there's the final result. It's not the prettiest thing you ever seen, but it'll work. Side right here. It's not the easiest thing to handle. You won't get your finger in there, that's for sure. Okay, that's not good. Pinch it down a little bit more. Wish I had a vise, but sometimes you just gotta improvise and adapt and overcome the situation. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, let's see what we got now. There we go. There's that one. Now if I had some shrink wrap on that, you wouldn't be able to tell it's so ugly looking, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay, so I was able to get the power wire on there. Then there's a blue starter wire we had to put on. It goes right there. So I'm making an eyelet for that. Go ahead and put this ground wire on we just made to there. I'll do that right now. Okay, so I laid underneath there and got the starter all bolted up. It's kind of a dirty job underneath there. I'm gonna go ahead and crimp this. I crimped this wire here for the starter switch. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shrink this tubing around there. So I'm just gonna use this little torch here I have, a little soldering iron torch. Turn it on and strike it maybe. It's going. It's hard to see a flame here in the sunlight. Just be careful not to burn yourself. So we just kind of melt that on there like so. I just use this kind of to melt the shrink wrap around there. Go ahead and put the starter wire on there and we'll see what happens. Starter's on. Got the ignition wire hooked up, ground wires hooked up, all the power wires. I just hooked up the battery. See if this thing cranks and starts. If it does start, everything's good. I'm going to load all the skid plates and stuff up in the bucket, and I'm going to take this thing to drier ground to be able to put those skid plates back on. It's awful muddy underneath there. Turn the key on here. We'll see if it starts up. Looks like we're back in business and get this thing buttoned up, and we'll get it over here to some drier ground. That completes the starter install on our Cat 935 loader. Like I said, out here in the field, it's hard to lay underneath this thing and do any kind of work. But I'm happy that the starter that we bought off Amazon worked, and you know, I was hoping to get the other one rebuilt, but it just didn't happen. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you could just like and subscribe, that'd be great. We'll see you guys on the next video. God bless you.